That's killed it.
We made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since blue back left. He don't want to change from the 4-3-3.
Jerry just let vex.
I'd like to take this opportunity to send out my sincere condolences to Klopp's Liverpool, 2016 to 2022. It was a great ride. Amazing times, some amazing highs. I mean, Dortmund, Lovren's winner in Europa League, that really stands out as a real kind of early one. Yeah, man, we're
I've got nothing left.
Yeah, it's a mad one. It's a mad one, and I think, look, Marquet, big up Marquet. I think this is the main one, man. It's obviously it's a stream. It would be a bit silly to do so, but a minute silence. A minute silence. You know what? Maybe not a minute silence. Maybe. You know what? A minute silence. No, you know, a minute silence to represent the one Premier League that we got.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Amazing success we've had, and guys, remember, right? We were reactionary. Now you're gonna believe us, and now you're gonna believe us, and now you're gonna believe us, and now you're gonna believe us. We're
running into shit.
Yeah,
we're running into shit.
And guess what? I went on Coppish. This was when back in the last season, and I said, guys, we ain't gonna win anything for 5 years. It's gonna be the 5-year tragedy. Go check it. It's on the Coppish tapes. What did people say? I'm mad. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Well, guess what? As Hussam likes to say, little brother's out, little brother us now, man. Little bro.
Little bro.
Lego head Arteta. We got that. I mean, I don't really know where to start, where to unpack all of this. This is supposed to be a tactics board, but I need to vent. We now got the whole situation with what's going on in the background with Henderson. What's he said, what he hasn't said. Just adding more wood to the fire.
And even that, like, I don't know if you want to touch it or whatnot. I know you've previously touched on it. I tried to stay away from it yesterday, but let's say what the general consensus is. Let's say it is true. He'll be the biggest hypocrite. He'll have to walk from the club because all the campaigning he's done, it'll be the most hypocritical thing. But like I said, it's being investigated. So I know you two can touch on it if you want, but I'm just gonna wait till confirmation comes out because apparently it was to do with the other thing.
I know, but guys, but guess what? If he went and done and said anything mad, we are effed because this is our skipper. This is the bread. Do you know what I mean? Klopp's. This is Klopp's right hand man. In let's say it's his left hand man. Pep's is right, and on his left is Hendo.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to get into it, but you know, big up Guna Lee, innit? Spooky times.
Big up Guna Lee. We got
everybody give Guna Lee his flowers. Everybody has to give him his flowers.
Give Guna Lee his flowers. But what I'm not going to have though, for reasons we understand, and this is what hurts even more. Guna Lee retired in my eyes. Guna Lee had retired, and now man's going to come with the heat. But we deserve it, innit? But we deserve it. You got Ravi saying big up. You know what? Before we get into it, you know, housekeeping. You know what? I want everyone to just go and just, you know, we need to. Let me see if I can add it to you guys.
I want the top Reds to come back and apologize.
Yeah, we need a damn apology.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
We need a damn apology. Because you know what? Like, I don't know what to say now. And we spoke about the wheel of excuses. What excuse was it this time?
Dunno.
We deserve to draw.
I've seen a bag of excuses. We should have got a penalty.
Yeah, you know what? I wish I could go and
we should have signed a midfielder who would have come in. What's that got to do with yesterday's game, my guy?
I wish I could have played music, but guys, just in loving memory, the normal one.
I love this background. Big up, big up, Ash.
Big up, man. But this really epitomizes what do you know what I mean? What it is. Henderson there, Trent, Verge, Genie. The Genie one really hurts, you know.
Yeah,
he's the only one looking at us in the eye saying, "I told you so." You get? He's the only one looking at us. Van Dijk's looking somewhere. Trent's looking somewhere else. Henderson's looking at someone. Guys, where do we go? Where do we start? How do we unpack this? We're not trying to be reactionary. I'm trying to really tackle this as logically as possible without losing my rag, right?
John, the second.
There is no solution. There is no solution until the window. But are we even gonna? The thing is, I've actually tried to think of so many solutions. There is none until the window. But in that window, will we even spend? This is the funniest thing. That there actually is. You know what? I have to big up on Mo from Never a Foul. Yeah, I was actually saying. I'll be honest with you, G and Jerry. Clutching at straws and whatnot, and just clinging on hope. I said, we're in a top 4 battle, which I think will scrape on the wire last day. Then he broke it down, not even me. He broke it down to me. I didn't look at it like this. We're already, let's just say 17 points. Arsenal 17 points clear of us because they are. Forget Sunday. Don't give me none of this bullshit. Oh, we're at Anfield. We rise for the big game. We can see Haaland's getting a brace, and whatever the score is from there, the score is from there. But we're losing that game. So let's just say 17 points behind Arsenal as it is. It will be, 15 behind City. United are in a good run of form. Spurs, for me, aren't even playing their best and are picking up wins. That's the most concerning thing. Chelsea, which I witnessed firsthand, by the way, watching Mateus Nunez just got me mad, lad, but that's the next thing. But Chelsea, they're cooking. I'll let you know from now. They are cooking. United look like they're getting stronger. And when I deeped it, after City, we've got a West. I remember I said this in our group chat. The viewers won't know this, but I said West Ham were poor when I said this. I remember I said to you lot, we could buck a West Ham that come into form. What's happened? That Skamaka's, let me not even start, but Skamaka's looking, I was about to compare him to one of our players, but there's no comparison. And I know who you two are on about. I know you two know who I'm on about. Skamaka's playing out of his skin. Paqueta's always been a baller, but I think people agree he had a slow start, but not really him. The team as a whole, he's coming into form now. We're going to play a West Ham that's probably going to come to Anfield and come to Anfield and get a result. We've then got a Forest, and you know when a manager gets sacked and a new manager comes in, there's new manager about. I think there'll be the inverse. I think they just kicked off. I think there'll be not a new manager, because not a new manager. There'll be a new feeling bounce. They've just called it that with Steve Cooper getting that new contract. I think he would have had a talk with the players, galvanized the players. We got them after West Ham at 12:30 kickoffs. Jerry and G, do we do early in 12:30 kickoffs? So God knows where we could be after that game. Then guess who we have after Forest?
Who?
Actually, it's not. I was going to say Spurs away. It's not. We've actually got someone in between them. But I believe it's Leeds. And Leeds are playing. I know they lost against Palace, but they're playing warm. Then it's Spurs away. I'm being dead serious, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to be honest. I said it, but I thought, surely it's not going to be as bad as what I just said. Bro, by the World Cup, we could genuinely be, and anyone can clip this, between 14th and 17th. I mean this. I actually mean this. Because people be like, Romz, you're doing too much. But I'm actually happy you opened it up like that, Jerry. Offer us a solution. How does this even get better? Because we've got a midfield aging. You know what's so frustrating? You saw, for me, you two might have a different opinion. I saw Thiago and Hendo recognize danger in that game. They just couldn't address it. Their bodies wouldn't allow them to address the danger. And we are pissed. This is when, for me, I'll throw in a curveball, but we know Klopp. Chuck in a Stefan Bajcetic now. Take the risk because things haven't been working. And now our objectives have changed. It's not to win the league. Now it's actually to get top 4. We can now. Remember what we spoke about weeks ago by trying out different players, but we'll always be like, no, we're supposed to be winning league, so we can't take that risk. We can take that risk now because this might even not be a top 4 race. This is a top 6 race. Now chuck in the young G's because every midfielder we have currently is incompetent, especially on the transition. You can say what you want about them going forward. This includes Thiago. I saw Thiago trying to sprint back. His sprint back was a jog. He's genuinely trying to get back, but his body doesn't even allow him to. We are pissed.
No. But guess what, guys? Guess what else is the problem now? Is our main creative force, our Don Dada apparently at right back, right? He's injured. Whether he's hiding or not, for me he hid in it. To me, it was a hiding thing. It was a hiding thing. You know when you have a poor performance and you go, my ankle, because, bruv, you play for 20 minutes after. I broke my ankle in the final, bro. I tried to go and play 2 minutes after. My foot had already swollen up.
Can I add on to that, Jerry?
Impossible for that to be an injury.
Can I add on to that, Jerry? Yeah. I remember I was unfit once, yeah. This is different to Trent. Trent's just playing shit. He's just moving mad. But I remember I was unfit once. My gaffer said to me, Romz, you don't look fit. I was like, no, it was a big game. You know, you love ball. You want to play in the big game. Like, play me. First 30 minutes, I was blowing. And then I let someone skin me. He took me off. I didn't see the squad deep in, not starting 11. I didn't see the squad, and I was actually fit now. I got fit. Didn't see the squad for at least the next 3-4 weeks. Trent was hiding. And how you know that? When you're injured, you go straight down the tunnel and get treatment. Man sat on the bench with his shit hair and his hood up, just not even
no ice on the ankle.
No ice, exactly, nothing. You know, you start to have the little ice just strapped onto your calf or your hamstring, nothing. He's just looking vexed in the stream. Why are you looking vexed at everyone else? Bro, and not just you, but the system and the players. But you're one of the main culprits this season.
Guess what, guys? It's that one. But then we got some exciting news. Probably one of our players of the season, one of the ones that can actually hold his head high and say, you know what, I'm trying. Whether G rates him or not, Luis Diaz now is out till December. Minimum. And you know how it goes with Liverpool. It starts with December, but then you know when you end up in the basement. You know when you say you put something in the basement, and you're like, yeah, I'll get that when I need it, and then all of a sudden, over time, you forget that's even there, and that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you now, Diaz is going to be out to Jan. Minimum. He ain't coming back earlier than that. So what we're going to see now is what everyone wanted, right? A changing system, but it's going to be Henderson on the right, Elliott on the left. We're throwing it back to Rodgers' days, guys. Henderson on the right, Downing on the left. The little pivot of Charlie Adam and Gerrard sometimes. Do you know what I mean? No legs, really. Up top, who do we have? We've got Jota and Nunez. Reminds me of Carroll and Suarez, guys. Carroll and Suarez. Poor man's Carroll and Suarez, but hey-ho. Hey-ho.
I swear I love you too, like, honestly. Because at least it's not just me who says all of these things. Like, it sounds crazy when one guy is the only guy who says, like, all the things that you both said. To be honest, I'll be so real with you. Man is so bored of Klopp. Like, brother, you are just showing us all that. Jerry, you mentioned it. I was watching you. Guys, make sure you go check it out as well on the Football Terrace. And there was something that you actually mentioned that actually stuck with me. Like, Klopp has never been able to rebuild a team. Like, never ever been able to, like, rebuild a team. He's been able to, like, get teams to a certain point, and then he's always left.
That's what separates good from elite. Our fan. No, I'm about to.
No, don't get mad.
You land.
Don't worry. We're gonna get to. I think I know where you're going.
Never mentioned Klopp in that elite. Don't.
Oh, I never have. To be fair, but
I know you.
Yeah, but I know you guys haven't either. But you look at Klopp, yeah, and I think Jerry and Romz just asked the question. Forget everything that he's even just done. Forget all of the trophies he's won and that. What is the solution is my real question. Because we have never, like Jerry said, we've never, ever, like in his whole managing career, have you ever seen Klopp been able to rebuild or let me use the word actually that he used. I'm not even going to use the word that I'm using. He's never reinvented a team like he came out and said that he needs to do with this current team. Is he needs some reinvention and stuff like that. So if he's never been able to do it, I'm struggling, and it's going to start turning nasty soon. I can already see it online and stuff like that, and thought process and stuff. I really need someone to explain their thought process when they say, "Oh no, but Klopp can turn it around." When has he ever turned it around? Like I'm confused. Yeah. Like I've never in Mainz, Dortmund, and now looking like Liverpool, I've never once seen him turn it around. So I don't get why everybody is sitting here and screaming, no, give Klopp time. He's got credit in the even the credit in the bank. I've said it. Yeah. He's got credit in the bank. Brother, you must be in overdraft. You surely must be sitting in overdraft right now, bro, because it's not making sense that you still got credit in the bank And for the last, since 2022 has begun, and to be honest, even before
What
that,
happened? What happens with overdraft, G? There's a limit.
there's a limit, you know.
No. What we're doing now, certain fans are doing, they keep going and extending it. Problem
They keep
is, though,
extending.
problem is, you see with the overdraft thing, though. You see with the overdraft thing. The funny thing with that is, yeah, you know, when you get back to zero, you're still in zero.
You're still in zero.
Yeah.
You're still in zero.
Overdraft he's in. When he comes back, he ain't gonna come back the same. They ain't coming back to the bags he had in the bags he had in the account. If this is an overdraft thing, he's back on zero, bro.
He's back on
So
zero.
Now I'm looking at him like any other person. Like you're coming fresh.
Yeah. Jerry, you said it perfectly. You're back to zero. So okay. So you know what? Let me even do this then. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. No. But Romz, is that a lie though? Is that a lie?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. That's what I'm laughing because.
But Liverpool fans seem to think that he's in overdraft now, and somehow he's going to be plus $1 million or plus 1,000. Do you not know how this works? Like the guy cannot do it. Look, I wasn't gonna say it, but I'll say it now anyway, just because the reality is there's no point me waiting a whole week. Like this whole Klopp in, Klopp out, and I even said, yeah, Klopp do better. I'll be so real. The brother needs to bounce now because it's getting to the point where you're just gonna ruin your legacy for me. Like everything that you've worked so hard to do, you're just ruining it now because you're literally showing how inept you are in so many different departments of just being a manager. Like, and that's not your fault. That's not entirely your fault. I can't put 100% of the blame on you because that it's not 100% your fault. But the reality is you're the guy who turned us from doubters to believers. Guess what now? There is another level that goes from believers to winners, like actual winners. And he isn't the guy to be able to do that. So the reality is,
there's someone in the comments.
Yeah, no, 1 second, guys. I'm not gonna go and out you out, but this is a platform for everyone to go and voice their opinion. Anyone to voice their opinion. So whether they agree, disagree, whether they wanna, think we're completely off the boil or not. All this talk about this person's, is all these kind of, derogatory terms or kind of, all these swear word, like allow it, because that's not how we move. That's not how we move. Like, we're not gonna go and talk about it, but I'm just gonna address it quick.
We criticize constructively. Big up Louis Las Vegas, by the way, could be
Louis Las Vegas. Louis Las Vegas is always he's been in the building, so big up yourself because we like it. But go on, Romz. You want to address that?
Yeah, I'll read it out. You guys sound like United fans. You beat Glazers out next, so a rough patch and you turn your backs. Like I said, big up yourself. Cause I feel like Louis Las Vegas is recent. If you go to, I'll go as far as say June and July. Us three were saying the same things, bro. We were saying the same thing. This isn't a rough patch for us. For maybe the top Reds and the more optimistic fans, now it's in front of their eyes, which it was in front of their eyes months ago, but it was tinted. They didn't want to see it. Now they're actually seeing the detriment that we're not winning games and we're basically bottom half and whatnot, and they're seeing the problems. Now they're just calling it a rough patch. This has been here, but whereas we were winning games to paper over cracks and whatnot, you think it wasn't here. This isn't a rough patch that we're turning our back on. This patch is going to be sustainable. Like I'm actually telling you now, Luis Las Vegas, by the time we hit World Cup, we could be in a very worrying position, and it won't even be within the top half. I genuinely believe that, genuinely, and it's not even just how bad we're doing. Everyone in the top 10, you couldn't even go as far as say Bournemouth. We're 10th right now. All the 9 teams above us have improved. This is the maddest thing. Cool, you say what you want about me right now, but I'm going to start with this first team because they're top. Arsenal improved massively. City have improved massively. Bro, this I need to not mention their name. Arsenal improved massively. City, I know he's drawing to the side. He's drawing for it.
1 second.
You know he looks at us.
There's a collection, man. Then it's got this year's one. Got this one. Got the Carnival one. Got last year's home one. The year before that. I think the year before that. The iconic old one. Man, let me know! Anyway. I need to stop mentioning that club because Jerry looks to the side of his screen and it's a wrap. Anyway. Also improving. City are going to win the league. they're just a joke. You look, did you know they scored 33 goals this season? I knew it was high, but I didn't think it was that high, bro.
I did. I thought it was 30.
Tottenham, for me, they're not. Listen, similar to City, they're not even out first gear. They're actually playing very bad, and Conte hasn't even got his team playing to how he wants it. I think that new formation they adapted 3-5-2 is better than when Kulusevski's actually in the team. They look more fluid. United are better than us right now. Let's just be honest. I hate them. I address them as the scum. I don't even know why I just called them that, but they are better than us right now. And Chelsea, they're cooking. Anyway, Chelsea are cooking. You got Newcastle that are better than us right now. You got Bournemouth. Even though I don't think Bournemouth's sustainable, they've progressed. Every team above us, and anyone can challenge this in the comments. All the 9 teams above us have progressed. We're the only one in the top 10 currently that have regressed. It's actually crazy. And the run of games doesn't help. The run of games do not help. And when I say we're going to be between 14th, probably about 13th and 17th, when the World Cup kicks off, this isn't reactionary. This is just me going forward, because if you've got a solution or not, please just help me to see what you're seeing, because there is...
Romz?
Hear me?
Oh, yeah,
I was done. I thought G was going to carry on.
No, I just cut out towards the end of what you're saying. Nah, but to be honest, look, bro, like, I'll be real, man. Watching that game against Arsenal, but I was just busting up the whole game, like just kind of sitting there, just smiling and just thinking to myself, yeah, it's about time that Liverpool kind of got what they kind of deserved. I'll be so honest with you, because the reality is,
just linking to what I was saying earlier, I'm so sorry. Remember, I told you they don't have a new manager, but they'll have a bounce. They've just got 1-0 up against Villa. Then it's just scored. But carry on. We go there 12:30. Yeah, we go there 12:30. Early kickoff in, I think, 2-3 weeks. But carry on. Sorry.
No, it's like I was speaking to, obviously this is all social media, so you know you take everything with a pinch of salt. But you know, I'm listening to people's like rationale, and I'm listening to what people are saying about Klopp and stuff like that, and it just seems like typical Liverpool fans, you know, and not all, obviously there are some actual ones who got their thinking caps on, but the ones who don't, like some of the things that you say about Klopp and some of the things that you mention in regards to Klopp, again, I really don't understand. Where is your base of evidence? Because I could throw you literally, and all 3 of us here could throw you like literally a list of things in regards to why we don't think Klopp can turn this around, but you don't have anything to show us how he can turn this around. So my point is, why are you so persistent in keeping the manager here, who clearly the message has gone from the players? They can't play his style of football. And if he's only got one style of football to actually play here at this football club, why are we persisting with it? If he can't go out and get the players to do this system that he so wants us to play, then you go and get someone who can. I want a manager who can actually has some level of in-game management. I want a manager who thinks with their cap on. And someone like Arteta who thought to himself, you know what? Mo Salah likes to cut in. Let me play Tomiyasu actually, because he's right-footed but can play on the left, so he'll be able to cut in for me. You know what? When we're 2-2, let me actually get Ben White as the 6th attacker, as they like to call him in that game, because obviously we know we can kind of overload them on that side of the pitch. You know what? Let me actually play a bit more conservative, because Liverpool are a bit on top, which we were in the game. There were parts of the game where I felt we were probably a bit more dominant than them. But, you know, we play a little bit more conservative and let me get the team defending in a certain shape. Whether it works is obviously down to whatever happens on the pitch. That's fine. It might not always work. But I like to see those kind of things, because it shows a manager who is tactically able to be able to do these things, not a manager who is tactically inept, a manager who has played the same football since he joined this club. People told me, oh no, but now we're controlled chaos. Brother, we're still
what you just said, the same
bruv, the same football. But Romz, sorry, like, we're not the same. Sorry, we are controlled now. We like to do it.
The thing is, the reason why we're controlled though is because teams are giving us that control. So teams are actually sitting back and saying, have the ball then, because we know we're not going to break you down. So of course you're going to have to control the ball. We're going to have the ball. Back in, we actually do well, and we've always done well against teams that actually come out and want to play us, because there's space in behind. There's space in behind. There's no space in behind. We're not as effective. And just because, and people are going to go and start talking, saying, yeah, but we won so many games. But guess what? If we won so many games, you guys are the ones telling me that Verge, that Alisson, that Trent, that Robertson, that Fabinho, that Salah are the best in their position in the world. If they're the best in their position in the world on basic principles, I am better than you, so I'm going to go and win.
Exactly.
Right? But we're not talking about a team where we're like, oh, you know what? He's not that good. But the way we're playing, we're able to go and make get them up to the truth.
Can I give an analogy to what you said?
Yeah, go on.
You know, we always like to give analogies when it comes to girls. You know, when you just said, teams are literally giving us the ball and saying, go on, you don't have to break us down. That's like speaking to a girl and you know she's on you, but one of your friends asks and have a go over, you're like, yeah, but you're so confident that they're not going to get anywhere. That's what it is.
Do you know what Arsenal did? Arsenal didn't play Zinchenko or Tierney for whatever reason, and played Tomiyasu at left back, who made his debut at left back. He's a right back or a centre back. He made his debut at left back. And hold on. What happened? Pocket.
But Jerry, are you even surprised? Because Anthony Robertson and Matt Target, two average left backs, have, when I saw Tomiyasu there, because I'll be honest, remember I said to you two, Tomiyasu's debuting at left back, maybe Salah can have some joy. I was deluded. As I even said that, I don't know what's going on in my brain, because I was thinking 1 minute, even though he's debuting at this position, he's better than two men that have pocketed him. I don't know what I was expecting. The one time Salah beat Tomiyasu, he did a little major run. You two might remember. Then he has the most tamest shot.
The deadest shot.
Netting.
And it's like, bro, at least wrap it how you used to.
But we know about his technique when he shoots. He's not the bet. He's not hitting it like a Haaland does, or like how R9 did when they whack the ball. When they whack the ball, you know it's whacked.
My rebuttal to that is he scored a goal against Everton, where he didn't open up proper, but he opened up enough. At least try and get it on target. That's all I'm asking. At least hit the top.
No.
That was the most.
But guess what? Speaking of Salah, and guys, I know this is all kind of disjointed for everyone, and everyone might be a bit like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, what's going on? But I'm just venting in it. This is just a venting space today, because there's no point in talking about the tactics. Because we can speak.
We're going to last 8, and they're the same.
Exactly. We can watch the last 8, and the fact we changed formation, I've looked at the data. It's the damn same. Everything's the damn same. When Bobby came, when he played basically as a third midfielder and done the same role that we always were accustomed to seeing, he is on 400 bags a week base, not including his bonuses. My guy, where are you? When we're in the mud, where are you to bring us out? Do you know what I mean? Take the game out of scruff of the neck. Where are you? We made a choice. People say we made a choice. In my eyes, I know the club didn't, and Mane wanted to go, but we made a choice. Do we sell Salah or we don't? We've kept Salah, cool. Perform now. And what I mean by perform is when the chips are down, where are you to be seen? We saw it with Gerrard. I've seen it with Suarez. Just to name a few. That when the chips are down, they turn out, they pop up. Where are you? A man are going to tell me that he's playing out wide. I don't care where you're playing. at this point. You can be playing at right back. You better be performing. If you're that main guy, and he is the main guy, we've made him the main guy. He's the one that's got that massive mural of him.
He's our talisman.
No. He's supposed to be. He's not our talisman. He's supposed to be our talisman. If that's the case, where are you? And I don't care. And this isn't about system. This isn't about, oh, he's playing out here. No. I've seen Diaz. And this, when we're losing, take the game out of scruff and then they can score a goal. And G doesn't rate Diaz. So I'm asking the question to G, bro. Where is your man? Where is your guy? Because you tried to come with the heat. Where is your brother? Where's your?
No, look. Like I said when we was talking like earlier on, and that this brother is on, as you said, he's on 400 bags a week or whatever, and he has just not performed since January. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what food he had when he was in Africa. I don't know what they did to him when he was in Africa, but when he came back, he's just been stinky, and he hasn't been anywhere near like what he's doing now. Is he's almost just doing that. Like I said, he's just getting his. He's just making sure I get mine, and that's about it. But for the overall game, for the team,
that Denzel Washington interview, I'm leaving with Sam, but he's not even leaving with anything right now. Do you know what I mean? And this is why I don't want to make this a comparison stream, because it's not. But you and Monts had a little rebuttal to me, G, and I get it. He's more productive than that. But this is why, and you two know, I'm not actually. This is why when we're winning Champions League and let's just say 2018 to 2020, that 2-year period. This is why I said to Liverpool fans, stop comparing. And Hussam, if you're watching this, yes, big up yourself, but this is to you. Stop saying Salah's better than the Bales, the Neymars, the Hazard. Because that man can take a game by the scruff of their neck, even when the chips are down, even when their teams are losing, and do something. Now Salah has the line and the pressure's on him. What's he do? This is why I never compared this guy to them. Yes, you could argue on form he was the best player in the world in 6 months. For that 6 week, not 6 months, 6 week period.
Sterling was dope. People were
exactly. That's what I mean.
Seasons ago, Sterling was the best player in the world.
And Jerry, notice that I said on form, not ability wise. On form.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I hate when our fan base. You say as football fans, when your team's doing well, you should laud them. This is the whole point of supporting. But don't start saying things that can bite you in the arse 2-3 years later. Like, say things within means. Because me, myself, I've only ever called 3 players in our team the best in their position. And I do believe that. Well, not now, obviously, but Alisson, Robbo, and Van Dijk were the only 3 players in our prime I was saying the best in their position because I genuinely believe that. Fabinho never for me, Salah never for me, because I kind of knew when the chips are down and whatnot, I go for Billy and whatnot, and I knew they wouldn't rise up. But I hate when the fans do too much. Because where's your boy now? Like, I love Salah and he's brought us so much success, but where is he when we actually need him now?
Do you know what's worrying? And I've seen it, yeah. In poor Chelsea sides, I've seen Hazard get the ball, run through 5 men and binge it, even when he's off form. Even when he's off form. And big up Asad for saying it, because I'm sorry now, yeah.
Big up yourself. This is
in
where
terms of effectiveness, of course, Salah's ridiculously effective, and you can't go.
He's probably clear of all of them. I agree.
The problem is when the goals aren't there. What else does he offer? What else does he offer? Because I've gone and we've spoken about Mane, etc. and stuff, and said he hasn't scored, but he's had a good game. And I've said it even about Salah. There's been a couple of games when I've said to him, "Oh, you know what? He played well." Like against Rangers, he played well. He played well.
Yeah, he actually did. He was creative.
The amount of times he was dribbling. Well. The amount of times he was dribbling, the little pass inside. But guess what? I sat there and I said to you guys, were Liverpool really that good or were Rangers that shit? Now, what did I say? Give me this game and then I'll know. Give me this game and then I'll know.
I felt like we played exactly the same way against, like, when I mean same way, as in like the same performance we had against Rangers. I felt like we had it really against Arsenal.
Because we were against a better opposition. Yes, G. But G, I said this. The thing is, when we did, I think when we did we do a review for the Rangers game?
No. We did a review, yeah.
Yeah, we did. Cool. Remember, we did the call. Remember, I said to you two, yeah, I'm happy we won because it was a game we needed to win, but we're going to get overloaded in the midfield with the 2, which we did. And no disrespect to Rangers, big club, big fans, whatever you want to say, but it's Rangers. The golfing quality is mad. We can't really play that. This is why I wanted to play pragmatic and hit them on the counter. And the odd time we did, we caused them trouble. But if we did this against Arsenal, cool. The scoreline doesn't correlate to the performance, because let's be real, you two. It should have been 4 and 5. Like, it should have, but the scoreline threatens to deceive. But I said this. This is why, G, what you just said is spot on. We played the same way we played against Rangers, just against a better opposition, and we got found out. And the worrying thing is, what's kind of the inverse of this game, though, is we actually scored 2 open play goals, where the other game we didn't. But these two open play goals again came from like individual brilliance, because that through ball from Jota, amazing. And let's be real, first goal weren't really Trent. That weren't even a good pass. It was Gabriel's bozo gene, his wrongdoing, and we did well to capitalize on that. I'm not taking it away from us, but it wasn't no pretty phases of play or passing phases that got us to the goal. It was more, the only one you can say is the second goal, but the first goal, it just, I'm worried, man. This is actually tiring now. Like, I know.
Wrong. I'm gonna stop you right there. You're not worried because we saw this coming from a mile off. Like you said before, bro. We've been saying this since like.
You know what it is? It's like now we're here. Like, I knew this could come, but it's like
now you're here. Exactly. This is why, like, it's just the problem that we're having, amongst everything else,
just to clarify what I basically said, it's like when you go on a scary ride, you know it's going to be scary, but until you actually get on it,
you get on it, yeah.
That's how I'm feeling now. I knew this was coming. But We're actually in it there. We've got to the crossroad. You know what I mean? But sorry, carry on.
No, to be honest, bro, it's like now that we're here, now that we're here for everybody else to visibly see what we were trying to explain to you. That's probably the way to look at it. What we were trying to tell you is now happening at this current moment in time. So when we're doing these reactions, and obviously Jerry mentioned like this is just more of a venting show, which it is at the end of the day. But none of this is reactionary. None of this is us like, oh man, because we lost to Arsenal. Bro, I promise you now, the Arsenal game is not what man is looking at and thinking, oh my days, this Liverpool team is trash, or Klopp needs to either fix up or bounce kind of thing. We've been saying this for so flipping long. I don't know how many more games people need to see to be able to just say, yo, maybe Klopp does need to leave. Like, bro, like the guy is not Paisley. The guy is not Shankly. He isn't even remotely close to that. So I don't understand why there's such an affinity with him to be like, oh my goodness, because he won us one title, we must sit here and we can't criticize. We can't talk about the players. We can't, as everyone keeps mentioning, we got the best players in XYZ, whatever position. If these are the best players, why are none of them showing it? Is it because they're just drop-offs? Is it because they had their peak and it's done? Is it because the tactics don't allow for them? Whatever it may be, they're not doing it right at this current moment in time. And it's gone on now for too long. Like we're all 9-10 games into a season, including the Champions League, where I'm now sitting there thinking, bro, like this is starting to become a bit embarrassing now. Like we're playing against. Sorry, go on.
No, just to add on to what you said, we were told when we were saying this, because this is what I'm saying to the subscriber that's been in from the start. You lot will know you've been saying this from the jump. If you're quite new or you're here 1-2 videos in, you just have to go not even to the Fulham game, go to the pre-season games, and we were saying them. Go before that, and this is what I'm saying. We were highlighting these things 1-2 games in the season, but we were told it's only 2 games. Then it got to 3. It's only 3 games. Then it got to 6. We're only 6 games in. Now we're at what? Our 8 games in. Yeah. Oh, they don't even want to admit they're right because it will hurt their pride. They're just sitting back. They know we're right, but they're just going to sit back and stay quiet. Like these guys are actually talking.
You know what, bro? Like you know, I'm still scratching my head, yeah, because I don't really like. You know, one thing that's still baffling me is, bro, like, Klopp, what were the subs like? What went through your brain when you were thinking, yeah, you know what? Hendo right wing, Elliot left wing.
Yeah, I don't even think Pep thought that. I don't even think that was in the Linda's thing, and we don't like Linda's.
Yeah. I don't think
Linda's even looked confused when he saw the subs on. Whether he's just a bit annoyed with Klopp or whatnot, actually, he can't be. That guy gives him the world, but. Linda's didn't look. I see Linda smiling more time on the bench. He even looked back. I bet if you secretly was to put Linda's in a room, and ask him, "What did you agree with Klopp's subs?" I bet he didn't even agree with it in the moment because I looked at when the cameras went onto the bench. Even he looked a bit vexed. And you know what's worrying? Yeah, how far we've fallen. Klopp would never, especially against Arsenal, would never accept a draw or just hold on. That's what them subs screamed to me. They were negative. Yeah. The subs screamed to me, we can't now go and win this game. We now need to settle for a draw or just not even necessarily settle for a draw and hold on. Even if we lose, let's just not make it embarrassing. He accepted defeat or a draw. It's as simple as that. And you would never associate that with Klopp, especially against Arsenal. They've been our whipping boys. They have been little bro, but like I said...
Go on. No, I was going to say, bro, I've seen us in when we were the 2021 season when we had all those injuries.
We were on the back of 6 home losses. Then we went there and exactly.
Like, and I've seen him do like different kind of things, and I'm sitting there just thinking to myself, bro, this is a man who has just run out of ideas. And again, it's not your fault. Like it just happens. Like it generally just happens. You get to
it's not his fault.
In terms of like. It's not your fault that it's now the end of some players' peak. It's not your fault that some players are now like that's not your fault. If players you don't control when someone's peak is, it happens when it happens. So it's not your fault. If that's them, then fine, bro. But you've not even tried to even change anything until it got to a point where it was actually becoming a mazza, like where fans and people are saying, bro, like you need to change something. Like, and then you were lucky you got to play Rangers, who are a shit team. Like, yeah, their fan base, forget all of that. There,
watch the game on Wednesday night.
That's
different type of game. That's all I'm gonna say on that one.
That's gonna. I just seen a thing here saying about Trent's gonna miss. Side note. Trent's gonna miss Wednesday's game, and he's a doubt for Sunday. Brother, the way that tackle moved, I thought you was going to be out for like 6 weeks and that. That tells me, you weren't really feeling it. But at like, even go back to what I was saying, like, I'm watching Klopp and I'm watching everything that you're saying after the games and things like that. And you know what's crazy? Yesterday's game, which is when I knew, I know he's reached the end of his tether. I watched all of his press conferences and not just the ones from Sky. He did a few other ones outside of Sky, and I watched them. This is a guy who is literally done. Like, you could tell he is just finished, bro. Like, and again, he come out and he's told us like he wasn't even going to sign this new deal. His wife was the reason why he signed this new deal. Ula. If it wasn't for Ula
probably even put the pen to paper. They probably just told Klopp. No. We need you to put the pictures in that.
We need it for the Liverpool website, but obviously Ula, you can sign the thing if you want. Big up Ula, you know what I'm saying?
What you're saying, Ula and Linders are running Klopp, yeah? We're saying we basically got Ula and Linders at the helm.
Jerry, it's definitely not Klopp. No. It's definitely not Klopp. Let's put it this way. Pep Yinders has got more of an influence on what happens around here. Klopp's just the face. Klopp's just the face of this.
Linders is the Don Daddy. He runs Liverpool. Let's have it right.
You mentioned it before when we did the book club, bro, and you said, right, maybe we need to actually start giving him more credit. I actually went back and I was sitting there like that evening and thinking, maybe I should give Pep Yinders a bit more credit, Like maybe I should actually
think. What's mad as well is like what we're saying, people will be thinking, what are they talking about? Just read the book.
Read the book. Yeah, just read the book.
And it's there. When you read, after I read it, I realized, Klopp's not really the guy. He's not
doing anything, bro.
Can I just add on to the
Anthony Robbins? He just Tony Robbins. Hold on, I need to get a video of Tony Robbins. Bun this, man.
For real.
I'm gonna say, just to add on to what you said, G. Do you know I know this guy's done as well? Something I don't think any of us have highlighted. I didn't listen to it until this morning. I was just exhausted. I just didn't want anything to do with Liverpool the minute that the whistle blew, right? But Klopp, we know Klopp. Whenever we lose or draw, we have a negative result. He's still stubborn. He'll put the blame on a ref or look. You have the excuse, Will Jerry. Get the excuse, Will. Up. We've got the excuse, Will. That we know what this guy is. This is how I know he knew he was done yesterday. Jerry and G. It was a miracle. He took accountability for the
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He said,
you're done. Yeah, you're done. For when you're taking accountability.
I had to click on the video again. Like this ain't the manager of Michael. Who's this imposter? This ain't Klopp. Like this is a clone. Klopp wouldn't admit this is all on him. He wouldn't take accountability for this. I had to watch it again. It was Jurgen Klopp. He actually said this was on me. The guy is done.
The thing is, bro, it's just getting to the point every single week. Like, obviously, we speak offline and stuff like that. But, bro, every single game, every single week, even when we've won the 2 games in the Premier League and the 2 Champions League, so 4 games out of God knows how many we played this season, bro, like, we are saying the same things over and over and over again. Like, I'm even getting to the point I'm bored of talking about, like, I commend you two when you're going on other streams talking about the same thing over and over and over and over again. I'm like, bro, like that's boring now. Like I'm actually bored of talking about Liverpool and talking about the deficiencies within this team, within this squad, within the club, with the owners, with the manager, with this guy, with that guy. Brother, change the whole thing now. Like we've got to a point now where we're actually, as much as I cuss the club and stuff like that, we're at a good point now in terms of, forget like this season, we're actually at a good point. We're at a point where a good manager, someone who knows what they're doing on the actual pitch, and obviously if in an ideal world we can get better owners, but at the end of the day, these are the owners that we've got. So I can't even really focus on them too much because they're here. I promise you, Klopp goes before the owners.
Do you know what it is? The people that go and talk about the owners are the same type of people, and I hate these types of people that go and try to use their circumstances for why they can't go and do anything. So it's like us as black people. If I went and said, "Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna be successful in life because I'm black and like there's bare racism on," then that you know what's the case. You know there's things about make do with what you got in it. Make do with what you got, because I'm seeing Brighton play better football. Are you gonna tell me Brighton got better owners? They ain't spend the P's that we have. They ain't got the players that we've got. They haven't got the manager that we've got.
Facts.
Are you going to tell me United have run better? Are you going to tell me United have been run better? Are you going to tell me that historically Arsenal have been run better under the Cronkies? Last year it was Cronkies out, my guys. Kroenke's out. And people are going to try to use FSG as a smokescreen. Dead. It's crazy. Like, this is all we got at the moment. He's got the hat as well. Motivating. And when there's no motivation to give, what have you got? Show me what else you've got. Because Benitez wasn't a talker. But I've said it before. Champions League final, if that was Klopp in that situation, we end that game 7-0.
7-0 easily, bro. Easy. Thank you for even mentioning Rafa Benitez, because the way that people talk, like if Rafa Benitez had just picked up yes, he didn't do it, so fair enough, he didn't do it.
Quick question: since we've been alive, I know Houllier was yours, Benitez was mine. Who's been your favorite of the era? Hold that thought, G, because I didn't want to throw it off, but it's just that when you mention Benitez, I just get excited. Pause, but I do. I know yours is Houllier, mine's Benitez, but who's yours, Jerry?
Yeah, who will do? I don't think you've ever said.
Jerry's thinking they all win pants.
You know that? But they all win shit, bro.
Do you know what it is? I feel like the most excited I've ever been watching football, it might have been because of my age, was the Brendan Rodgers run with Suarez.
I hear that.
I don't rate Rodgers. Like, man, no, I dislike Rodgers wholeheartedly. But the happiest I've been as a fan in terms of a journey was that season.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult one. It's like Benitez one. I rated Benitez. You know what? Tactically, I rate Benitez.
Yeah.
Success-wise, it's Klopp.
Yeah.
But the best period in terms of like the run, like the best season I've witnessed in terms of how I felt as a fan, like the journey was the Brendan Rodgers season. So it's a weird one. I can't really rate. Houllier was a bit too young, innit? Houllier was a bit too young to go using, but.
Klopp loves that word, Jerry. Journey. It just shows where your mentality is. It shows where your standards are, Jerry. Do you just want to have a nice journey, or do you want to get to the test?
There we go. Look, big up psychedelic scientists. A good Tony Robbins quote: "If you drive for too long looking in the rear view, you'll crash." And that's what we've been doing. There we go. That's what we've been doing. We need him. It's mad. You know, we could have him in the dugout and it'd be the same thing.
It'll be the same thing.
He's got the jacket. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't even need the glasses anymore. It's mad. And look, we've said it already. Look, Klopp, he deserves time to turn it around. He does. Like, the reason why he does is because he's got credit in the bank. He's got credit in the bank. He's got credit to use. You don't want to go over that credit, but you got credit there. My thing is, I wouldn't be mad. And I wouldn't be frustrated if I saw there was things that were changing. If you went, you know what, we're back. I saw it. I saw it with Ten Hag. He was like, you know what, we're going up against Liverpool. We're going to sit back. We ain't going to do this playing at the back nonsense.
And he changed personnel. He actually changed things.
We've seen what's happened, right? Klopp just and the team have this inability to go and look at situations and be like, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're not going to go and do that. I'm struggling to see what else could be done.
Same.
What are we going to do?
But when rival fans ask, I've been asked in the last 24 hours, how does it get better? I just tell them, I actually don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. And this is why I opened up the stream saying, one of the first things I said in the stream was, I don't see how this gets better. There's no solution. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head is once we hit the window. But even in the window, we probably won't spend. We don't really spend January. I know we've spent a few January windows, but it's rare. And are we going to make them signings to push us onto that top four? Because one thing I will say, if I'm going to be the most slightest optimistic, I don't think this will happen, by the way. So I'm putting it out there now. But if we was to make at least 2-3 signings in the January window, we saw what happened with Diaz. It can galvanize the team, whatnot. If we was to make about 2 or 3, I'm still not saying we'll get top 4, but we'll actually go on a top 4 proper challenge. We'll go on a little charge. But I can see January 31st or February the 1st, whenever it shuts, we won't have signed anyone. I actually think we are pissed. Honestly, there's no solution.
But Romz, why do people keep thinking that signings are the answer? They're not. Like they're not. It's the way we play. Like, we're not gonna go and change 11 men. Verge can't run the way he used to run. He can't do that high line thing anymore. Matip can't do that high line thing anymore. Trent can't do this high line thing anymore. Robbo, we know about Robbo, and look at Tsimikas. We're talking to go and do that. The midfield isn't the issue.
It's an issue. No, I know what you're saying, but I'm basically where I'm clinging on to hope. I'm basically saying if we was to get 2-3 signings and then change the system, that's what I'm saying. Because let's be real, the system is probably our biggest detriment right now. Let's say, cool. Let me give you this answer here. If we was to have about 2-3 signings, then maybe didn't press as much. We don't really press anyway. Maybe park the bus a bit. Maybe start to play 3 at the back. Just changing something. Can't you see a little challenge?
No, but Romz. But do you know what it's like though? It's like saying, you know what? It's like saying, oh, you know what? I want this flipping Insta baddie or this porn star to be my GF, yeah. But at the same time, I want it to be damn loyal. Like, what on earth are you talking about? Like, we're not. How are we expecting Liverpool to go and get what? For Klopp to go and change the system as well as get all these signings? Like, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Like, because if he changes the system and we start doing well, we ain't gonna sign anyone, right? We're not going to sign it because we're doing well.
Yeah.
If we don't, remember, to change the system, we need to start doing it now. We can't do it when we get the players. We've seen it. We need a pre-season and all them teams there to get us up running. So we need to start changing the system now. If we start doing now with a new system, we ain't going to get the players because FSG are going to be like, no, but look, you're doing well though.
Right,
we just consolidated this season. We saw it. We saw it in the season when we had injuries, right? We saw it. Right. But if we get the players in because we've been playing poor, they're not going to hit the ground running. They're going to be in the basement with Arthur doing doggies in under 21s.
Yes, you're right. And this is why I love speaking to you two, because this is what this club are doing to me. I'm trying to scrape. You know, like you've got the bottom pot food where you're trying to. Let's say there's a bit of food left. You've got 2 people wanting to both eat, and you have to just kind of make ends meet. You have to just salvage what you can for both people. This is what I'm doing.
Not everyone can have the jollof rice, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, jollof rice got to be shared, my guy.
You can't make a jollof rice and eat it, innit?
Yeah, well, this is it, bro. This is it. Can't just do that.
I'm saying things about logic. This is what my club's doing now, because Jerry literally in that minute or two, I'm thinking I might be onto something, but I'm just not, because you're right. One, we have to change system now, and if players do come in, we have to embed. This is why Diaz was such a success. The system was kind of already there for him, and he hit the ground running as well. So it was a match made in heaven. But I'm just trying to think of ways just to save my club. Like, I'm trying to think of things.
But think about Romz. What's mad as well, yeah, is that we changed our system to play this 4-2-4, 4-4-2, whatever way you want to look at it. And the premise of that is our midfield can't press like they used to, so our forward players are going to press and they're going to do the running for us. So we vacate the midfield in terms of the pressing areas, right? It's Diaz, Nunez, Jota, and Salah that are going to do the pressing. We just got rid of Diaz. So, and we know Bobby can't press. So we have to change the system again now. So what's the system going to be now?
For real. Yeah, for real.
We can't play the same. We tried to do it, but what, we're going to play Henderson out wide with Elliott?
Where actually?
Or Salah with Elliott out wide? Elliott out wide on the left. Or is Jota going to go on the left? And we're going to play Jota
on the left.
But then it means that's all the eggs on the basket. That depth we like to talk about. Do you know what I mean? Now it's Carvalho, Elliott. Who else coming off the bench? Frauendorf. Who else? Who else are we going to chuck in there?
Oh no! Curtis Jones is back. He's back in training.
Ox is back.
Ox is back.
It's one of those ones. It's one of those ones when
he's about to give us a stellar season. He's going to be here.
Big up and Dico, and this is the situation we're in. If Gerrard wins tonight, his Villa team goes above us, and we go bottom half. And this is the Gerrard. This is the Gerrard manager that we don't want. That he's been rubbish. Get out. They've been shocking. Let me know what other team. And I'm saying, maybe I'm a bit sentimental. I'm saying give the bread a time. But at Liverpool, at Chelsea, at United, anywhere else, this type of form, would Klopp's position be a tenable position?
Nope.
We wouldn't even be speaking about Klopp now. He would have been gone probably weeks ago.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what to say.
Maybe they're thinking. Maybe they think that. Obviously, we don't think this, but maybe they think we got City next week. What if Liverpool, and it will be a miracle if Liverpool were to beat City? Maybe they're thinking Klopp can pull off one of those galvanizing performances, and etc. But I thought we would have seen that yesterday.
But do you know what it is, G? those performances come from being able to go and motivate a team. And that is Klopp's.
And
That
actually,
is
the
what Klopp is
intensity
based at.
actually
The
being
fact that
yeah.
in there and doing this thing, getting the mic out, getting the hat on, and doing this. Yes, we can do it. We can do
Jerry,
it.
there's
Yeah?
two games. There's two games that literally epitomize what you just said. Both against City, one home and away. One which we won, one which we lost. The 2-1 game against City and the title that basically won them title when Aguero and Sane score. But the better example is the 4-3 game when we were basically their kryptonite. I think they only lost 2-3 times that season, and we were one of them games. That's when we could had the legs that Jerry said. Klopp on the side was motivating. The intensity was there. You had Genie, Fab, and Hendo literally that in there. Actually, I don't even think Fab weren't at the club at that time. I don't think it was Fab. It might have even been Milner, Hendo, and Genie. Or no, I think Chan was there as well. But we were able to do that. The reason why I'm saying it's a guaranteed L, like Jerry said this Sunday, is because Klopp's not that motivated anymore. He almost looks depressed. He looks dejected now on the side. I don't even see him arguing really. You know when he goes to fourth official, he's even losing himself a bit. But the intensity's not there. The motivator's not there. And deep it. This is an Arsenal team. Deep what I'm saying, that rips through us. Imagine Man City, how they're playing with Foden, Fernando, Rodri. Honestly, I think actually I'm gonna even to more detail. Haaland will get a brace, and we probably concede 4 minimum. So Haaland's gonna get a brace, and there'll be another 2 players that get up to. I think it's gonna get embarrassing Sunday.
That's my striker there, just letting you know that's my guy right there, Haaland.
Do you know what it is? It's one of those ones, and I think that's the worrying thing for me, just to echo, is the fact that for me, the players they don't look like they're on board with what Klopp's saying.
Yes.
On board with the whole system themselves. It doesn't look like it because you're seeing Trent just looking devoid of any confidence now. It's like he's running away from danger. He's all of this type of stuff. We're seeing Verge isn't as commanding as he was. Matip now has got a bit of that illness in him, and he's not looking as profound as he did before.
He came off yesterday, didn't
He did come off for Konate. Konate came on done well, but then was committing silly challenges out wide. He's being rash now.
But he's always been like that. He's always
that's
been
what I'm
like
saying. And we're looking at this now, and it's like, where's the motivation going to come? Because it would have, as G said, it didn't come against Arsenal. It didn't come against Brighton. Do you know what I mean? All these teams, when it's like, we were coming from a break, now we kickstart the season. Like, you can't keep saying this is going to be the game where we kickstart our season. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's the issue. And to speak about, I know we spoke on Diaz a bit, but I wanted to speak on Nunez. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm starting to feel a bit sorry for him.
Same.
And what I mean by that is that he's coming. I know, but he's actually, and I was thinking about it, and yeah, look, he's the main signing. He's supposed to get goals. And look, he played. He's probably our best forward. Like yesterday.
Jerry, if I send you Pete, would you start putting it on the show? The song, you know, my favorite after G, my favorite.
Yeah. I'll play it. I'll send it. Just record it and send it. I'll do it. But yeah, it's one of those ones where he's coming to a team that's it's dysfunctional. It doesn't work. Man aren't feeding him properly, and he's grafting like a dog.
He is still. He didn't do himself any favors with the celebration. You can't be doing that 20 minutes.
No. But I want that.
I kind of liked it.
I want that. I like the fact he was going standing on the ball and making the ref move him and stuff like that. It shows that he wants it more. He wants it, and that's what I want from a brother. And he wants it, and he's going and he's not a player. And I'm looking at him. He's never going to go and hide. He's never going to be one of them players that, you know, he pops the ball off and he stops showing for it. Even though his touch is bad, he stops showing for it. He stops trying. He stops making that run. He stops making that run. Because I've seen players do that. He's constantly doing it. And look, if he was in a City team, I think he might not get Haaland's goals, but I think he gets close to it. The amount of chances and the things they're getting him and the confidence in the team and stuff, he's coming to a team that's flying anyway. It's like, this is comfy. Everyone's happy. We're seeing this whole situation now. If Henderson, we're not going to touch on it, but if Hendo's done what some people are saying, or even if he's done something mad, do you know how badly it's going to affect the dressing room?
Yeah.
How are they like?
No, it might already be affecting the dressing room. We don't know.
But that's my point. But that's my point. But so
Jerry,
he's
sorry
coming
to
into
cut
that
you, bro.
whole thing.
Sorry to cut you. I wish I could stay in that, but
Yeah.
I've got a dip. Listen, you lot smash. If you're watching this a replay, and whatnot, smash the like. Check out G on TikTok. Jerry, thanks every time. And yeah, man, we'll get into it probably tomorrow, all throughout this week, because
because we're gonna have to do the.
Big up
we're gonna do the preview for Rangers, and it's Rangers on Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll do the preview tomorrow. We'll do the preview tomorrow. But guys, make sure check out G. Make sure you smash the socials, and make sure to like and subscribe to Jerry James Show and Saint LFC TV to check him out more. Big up, man. So, but yeah, it's like with Nunez now. I don't know whether we're saying we're not seeing the best of him, but we need to.
I agree.
But we need to play him. But the problem is now, how does he fit in? Who's going to feed him? Where's the creativity? Where's that dynamism from out wide? Salah's not giving you any dynamism. Elliott's not going to give you any dynamism. Carvalho's not going to give you any dynamism. Jota's not going to give you any dynamism like that in that regard. He needs to play closer. So where's the creativity coming from?
Look, you know me. I've been cussing him for the longest while, but the reality is everything you just said there. That's not a lie. That's all factual. Like he's not being able to come in and really fulfill his potential because the team is obviously in this bad state and blah blah blah. And you're right. If he was in Man City's team, you would blatantly score, but you'd be on more goals now than whatever he's on at this current moment in time. You can tell, and I've said it from day one anyway. His movement is very good. Like there was parts of the game. Even my boy, when I'm sitting there watching, we're saying, bro, like pass the ball, like pass it. I can see Diaz. I can see Nunez is onside. Play him in. Yes, he might get caught offside a couple times and blah blah blah, but he's someone who he's more mobile than Haaland. Did you guys say Haaland really stays in?
No, Nunez showed he's rapid.
Yeah.
For his size, he's rapid, and we're not utilizing that enough. We're not the fact that we ain't even got space like that, but his movement is better than Salah's and that. Like we haven't got the space is the same. We haven't got the space like that to make the movement. We're still seeing making darting movements, pulling Gabriel and Saliba. Think about it. Did Saliba ever really get the better of Nunez? No, he didn't.
No, that's another thing I was even going to mention. I don't really want to talk about Arsenal like that, but I've been listening to a lot of Arsenal fans speak about the game and stuff like that, and I'm not going to take away from them. They played pretty decent, to be honest with you. But the conversations I was hearing about like Saliba and Gabriel, I'll be real. From watching that game, 90 minutes, they didn't do amazing. Like they weren't. Oh my goodness! Like these guys have to be top. Like no, they were quite average. If I'm being honest, I'm sure Gabriel. He's poor. He's very, very poor. And Saliba was very average in that game. Like he didn't really do. I was expecting more, maybe just because of how Arsenal fans speak of him. But I was expecting him to lock down Nunez. And to be honest, the way that they speak about him, I was expecting him to lock down the entire all of our attack at the same time by himself, single-handedly, kind of thing. But I never really got that with him. And for one of the goals, Firmino's goal, actually, if you watch it back again, you can see him going caught out position anyway for that goal. Yeah. So. Like again, not to take away from. I don't want anyone to think like, oh yeah, you're trying to. No. Arsenal played well enough to win the game, and they deserve to win the game. But there was a lot of overreaction that I was hearing towards certain players. Their best player was Martinelli. Like he had man doing 10 toes at a couple times. But again, even Joe Gomez when he came on, Joe Gomez showed me that when you defend. You can stop these players. Like you can actually stop some of these players from playing because Martinelli was nowhere near as effective when Joe Gomez was on the pitch because he actually, and my boy was saying it, he's got someone who's gonna rough and tumble you. Like as much as Joe Gomez, but just in terms of a defender in comparison to Trent, he can just ruffle and tumble you. He's quick. He can get back into position if he does get caught out. So it was just a bit more like, oh shit, someone's in your face, as opposed to Trent. For some reason, you're both playing the same position, but for some reason, Joe Gomez seems to always be there and you're kind of never there. So then I start questioning it and think to myself, well, then it really must be a Trent thing because when Gomez was there, I ain't seeing man doing half the things that you do, but you're both playing the same position. So unless maybe Klopp's telling you both to do two different roles when you do come on, fair enough. But the reality is I'm seeing two different right backs on the pitch. Forget their ability. One's a fantastic passer. One's a decent enough like defender. But it's just a sheer fact that I'm seeing two completely different roles. So again, I just didn't really like I never said anything because people were, you got to let people have their day. They won, we lost, we'll seem bitter kind of thing. But, you know, it's got to be a case of like, bro, did you even watch the game? Like, did you get what I mean? Like Arsenal had periods of the game where they were getting outdone by the two in midfield and they had three in midfield. Like, and I was sitting there thinking, right, okay, cool. Hendo and Thiago are actually doing more than, you know, what the three in their midfield were actually doing when I didn't think that could possibly happen. But, you know, overall, Arsenal fully deserved that game and, you know, stuff like that. But Nunez movement, sorry to go back to what you said, Nunez movement, it's good, bro. And I keep saying it, until you get a player in the team, like it doesn't even have to be De Bruyne. That's a bit over the top. Odegaard then, fuck it. Odegaard. Someone who can just pick out a pass, bro. Like, I thought Thiago could was the guy, but maybe the role that he does, you're just not supposed to do that.
He's too deep. He's not gonna, unless he goes and sprays a ball. He's too deep for that. And that's what we've said, is that Thiago's been important for that build-up play and being able to dictate the tempo of the game. But we need a Breda in the midfield that is creative, that can go and put a slide rule through pass like a Gundogan or a Odegaard or whoever. It's mad. And what we're now lacking is, because Fabinho is now not playing, we've actually got two in midfield. So we actually a man down. A man down in there. So it's like, and to be fair, I know we don't want to speak about Arsenal players, but I'm going to give them their due diligence.
Yeah.
Partey for me, outstanding.
Yeah, very good yesterday.
Like Partey for me, it's the passes he goes and picks out from at the back, and it just suggests to me that we need an upgrade on Fabinho now. You know, we need an upgrade. We need an upgrade. He's not capable enough, whether it's because of all the running he's done or whatever it is. He needs to be able to join in the progression of the ball and play those through balls along the ground like Partey did. Partey was winning the ball and threading Martinelli through, threading Saka through. We need him to be able to do that now, because it can't just be Trent and Robbo and an occasional like Thiago. It can't be.
The thing is, it's not even, he was saying on occasions. Someone will have to tell me in the comments, because I actually honestly don't know. How many assists has Thiago actually got since he joined Liverpool? Now, I know it's not always about the numbers and stuff like that, but it just, like, what I kept hearing about Thiago was he's the assist before the assist guy. But I feel like he's not even being able to really do that. Like, I'm also hearing at the same time as being the assist before the assist guy, he's the guy who is our best defender in the midfield. Okay, so what is he then? Is he the best defender that we have in the midfield, or is he the assist before the assist guy? Is he the guy who controls the game? He can't do everything.
Well, I've just checked, and Thiago's got 4 assists and 2 goals in 51 appearances.
You know, like, again, okay, so I don't think you can check this anyway. I don't know where you'd even check something like this, but so then if I'm hearing that in 51 appearances, by the way, that's kind of shit for a guy who's been here for, is this all competitions, by the way, or just Premier League?
All comps.
Oh, yeah, that's even shitter then. I was at least hoping Premier League, where I can at least maybe say something, but if that's all comp, that's shit. But from when those are your numbers, and again, it's not about the numbers, it's not always about, for certain players, the numbers don't actually really matter, but they just offer you a bit of an indication as to what it is that they actually do here in the team, if, you know, their numbers are high or low, for example. I need to then see his assist before the assist. Like, I need to then know that he's at least doing that job well. Like, if I see, yeah, Thiago's got 20 assists before the assist, okay, fair enough. Then I can see maybe his role within the team. But if he's not even doing that, I'm not saying Thiago's a bad player. I think he's a very good player. Was he the right player for us in this system when we bought him? Was he the right player? Were we just too excited when we got him because it was the first time in Liverpool history,
in Premier League history, Kenny Dalglish maybe.
Kenny. Okay, yeah. Premier League history then. Is that the first time Liverpool have actually gone out to sign a top class player that we got so excited that we were like, oh my goodness, this guy's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, blah 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 blah. Because the reality is now, I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking to myself, Thiago, for as sick as you can be on the ball and stuff like that, do you work here? And again, I'm not bashing Thiago, by the way, people. I know someone's about to message it and say, I've already seen, look, Thiago's been amazing for us, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all of that. And I get that. What I am saying is, was he the right player? We had a midfield of Ginny, Henderson, was it Fabinho that won the Premier League?
Yeah.
That won the Premier League because of how industrial they were. Thiago is not industrial. He never was industrial. Jerry said it many times. What is the one thing that he has taken away from being here? Is learning how to run, not positional awareness, not how to, do certain things on the pitch. It's just how to run. I don't really get it. Is that what we signed him for? To learn how to run and then do your thing on the pitch, when the reality is you can't run anyway because you're not quick at all, which isn't your fault because that's not your job to do. I never saw Sergio Busquets making lung busting runs and, having to, do this, that, and the third. Why? Because they're cute players on the ball. So they didn't need to do that. They were able to get themselves into positions that they didn't need to do that. Xavi, Iniesta, all of these kind of guys. And that's the mold of a Thiago. So you mentioned it on the football terrace. And again, I advise people to watch it. And I advise you to even fast forward to the Liverpool bit where Jerry and Terry were actually speaking, because I was locked in because I wanted to hear what you said, but most importantly, what other people were saying in rebuttal to what you were saying. And Terry even was mentioning these things but you mentioned it about Thiago, like he's become so important in this team that if soon as he comes out, we are a completely different team. But he's a player who's not reliable. So, and we don't have anybody else in the team to do the role that he can do. So then now you're looking at it thinking, well, we can't really play without him. But that shouldn't be the way. The system should still allow for the team to play the same way. Yes, it's going to be very different because you've got different level of players on the pitch, but the system, whatever that is, should still allow. Man City don't always have Kevin De Bruyne didn't even play the other day. I can't remember who they played. I think Copenhagen. I think he started on the bench. The system was the same. The game was the same. When they don't have Mahrez came back into the fold the other day. The system is the same. It's the same system. He's doing the same things as whoever plays right wing usually. But because it's Mahrez, he does things a little bit differently, but it's the same thing. Nothing changes. In this team, we got to change tactics. We got to start playing a whole different type of football. We got to start moving different. The intensity drops off. It's this, it's that. Guys, we've had Matic back in the team. We've had Thiago back in the team. We've got Hendo we've got Hendo in the team. All of your favorite players are now playing. The team still looks as shit as it did at the beginning of the season with our players back into the team. So again, we ask you, what is the solution here? Because Klopp doesn't seem to be able to have it. Maybe we can offer him the answers. Maybe you guys in the comments can offer it.
What's mad though is that obviously this is the tactics board, and we like to go and delve into like the different tactics. The be all and end all about this whole thing is Liverpool. I don't know anymore, innit? I don't know what we can do. I'm stumped. What do we really do well? The only thing I think about is that we still score goals, but is that because of individual quality?
Yeah, I think so.
So what do we do differently? Because the easiest thing to coach is defensive, is defending. It's the easiest thing to coach. So where do Liverpool go? How do we go and get out of it? And the thing is that the biggest giveaway from this is I don't know it. And that's why if we as fans, as a collective, don't know, Klopp's showing that we don't know. Pep Linders doesn't know. Signings isn't even an option because we're not in the transfer market anyway. So we've got to deal with what we've got. Arthur's injured now. This is why the thumbnail is the way it is. And it's do you know what I mean? Sorry, guys. But it is. And sadly it is. It's a rest in peace, like to Klopp's Liverpool. Like, because I don't know how it gets better. And people saying, he's going to get it right. He's going to do this. But when? When does he get it right? when he's resourced all of, do you know what I mean? He's used up all the resources that we've got in terms of money. Because do you know what I mean? When the players are dead and buried, then he stumbles upon a new academy player. I don't know how it goes. Because he's shown to me that tactically he is inept. He's inept in this situation. He is, because he hasn't even been able to set up shop and make us difficult to break down. And that's what you do when you're leaking goals. It's the first thing you do. It doesn't matter about us scoring 3 goals. It doesn't matter, or 2 goals, because ultimately we've conceded 3. And sorry, if you're not scoring enough to beat these teams, and if you're winning like 5-3, and we did that at the beginning of Klopp's reign, if you're not doing that consistently, you need to look at the defense. And we've been unable to do it, and it is sad. It's sad. I'm just going to run through some of the comments because I need to hear what you have to say.
Just before you do run through these comments, it's funny that you mentioned that about I was having I like to call it a discussion, but they'll probably call it an argument on Twitter with someone earlier on. And what you just said there about the whole the tactics and leaking goals and stuff, I mentioned this to someone and they were like, oh, but look at Liverpool, 2018, 19, 19, 20, not 2021. And then, last season, probably, I don't think we conceded that many goals. And I said, if you actually look at it, all Klopp did and changed was his solution, to the tactics was just to buy Van Dijk, to buy Ali. It was just to buy better quality players. There wasn't really much change in the tactics to try and stop that, to try and help maybe Lovren or whoever else we had at the time, whoever else we had before Van Dijk. There wasn't really much to change the tactics in that. Like, people move like Lovren was some shit defender, and that's the reason, bro. Lovren was decent. Like, when we signed him anyway, I thought he was a decent signing.
He was the Van Dijk before Van Dijk. That's what Southampton were calling him.
Exactly.
He looked amazing that season when we signed him.
Exactly. So, people, yes, his time at Liverpool, would be tarnished by certain little silly mistakes in that he done. But that was just all tactics, bro. Van Dijk obviously was an upgrade to that. So then when he came into the team, it's almost like people just forgot for a second that, oh shit, we're still kind of playing the same. But when you've got better quality, then obviously, this is what can happen. But I need a manager who can change it up, even with the shit play. It doesn't matter. Like, everyone keeps talking about the transfer window and FSG, and I keep going back to it, but I don't care about that right now because the season has started. Klopp has to make do of what he has, and the reality is he's not even doing that properly. If he was doing it properly and he did everything within his power, fair enough. Then it is a signings thing. That's the only other thing then I can think of. But he's not doing that though. Everyone says, oh, I would love Bellingham. I want Barella. What, to come and do Milner's role? What, to come and do Hendo's role? I don't want to see Bellingham in my team doing Hendo's role. I'm all right. I kind of like him. I want him to be able to go on and have a great career. So I don't really want him to come here and just mess up your career for no reason and playing shit football and winning one title in the 10 years you're going to stay here or whatever it is. No, go out and play some good football with a good team and win trophies, bro. So, yeah, man, sorry, I just had to say that because when you said that, it reminded me of a conversation.
Facts, what you're saying, facts. And look, big up everyone that's tuning in. I know we've had loads of people tuning in. But please smash the like. Make sure you're subscribing if you're new. We're trying to get to 500 subs as quick as possible. Please, guys, smash the likes. Much appreciated. We're going to get into some of the comments now. And big up to everyone that's tuning in as well because, listen, there's loads of people that have got streams on at the moment. Monday night is the hot topic. Like, I mean, especially with Liverpool, the hot topic of the weekend. Monday nights are always packed and always, all the content creators are doing bits. The fact that you guys we've consistently just been tuning in means a lot. So big up. We got RJ, big up RJ, saying Klopp's comments, we don't have an aging midfield.
When did he say that? RJ, let me know in the comments, bro. When did he say that? Please send a link or something. I just need to see it. I just need to see it with my own. It's not like I don't believe you because I fully believe you, but I just need to see it. I need to see it. It's
crazy, man. Phoenix 93 saying, "Oh, Jerry's that sinister grin." It's not even a grin, it's a wince. It's a wincing smile, man. That's what it is. Ilyas saying we are in the mud. We got Ilyas. Yeah, we are. Trudon saying this club is well and truly washed. Yeah, I mean, not your club. You're on loan.
You know that.
Sorry about that. John the second, big up John, saying Sunderland Hendo, yeah? Well, right mid, that's what he was doing. That's what we're expecting of him now. We hasn't got legs, but he's now playing right mid, where he's going to have to do a lot of running. Yeah. Sui Jr., big up Sui saying, G, I told you, Nunez plays good in a 4-2-3-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Louis Las Vegas, big up, saying, remember, we lost 6 on the bounce at home. So in your logic, Klopp should have been gone then. The following season, we had a go and almost completed football for quad. Surely he gets the chance to put it right. If I work it backwards, he gets the chance to put it right, which is this season. We almost completed the football and done the quad, but we didn't, so we didn't do it. Klopp should have been gone because of his 6 home losses on the bounce, but there were extenuating circumstances that I'm not going to apply to this season. You get one season where I can give you a blip. After that, it's not a blip anymore. You make do with what you got. And we knew the whole situation with the midfield. So even if we had injuries, I wouldn't use that as an excuse because we could have went and got a midfielder, but we didn't. We didn't. Yeah, I mean, and we knew if we didn't, we'd have injuries and then that caused an issue. But you know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. Louis Las Vegas saying, trust my guys. I'm like you, pissed, but Klopp out. Damn, you're the kind of guys that make your girl. You're the kind of guys that if your girl makes you a bad cup of tea, she's gone. Yeah, you know what? I need to get my missus to make me a cup of tea. How about that? Why first? Then do you know what I mean? Yeah, she's saying not happening.
I can hear it in the background.
Exactly right.
Oh shit.
Jairana saying they spiked the hummus. Yeah, I mean they did spike the hummus, and what we're left with, unfortunately, is this.
I can't lie. You know what? He's moving more than Salah is right now. So the reality is, we might have to swap the two.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Assad, big up Assad saying Hazard would never get hooked off in a big game where we needed a goal 30 minutes left. If he's your Don Daddy, you don't take him off. You don't. You don't, which is mad. Big up Richo63, one of the ops, but regardless, a valued member of the community saying, if Liverpool don't get top 4, does Klopp go? There will be some pickets. I mean, there will be some pickets, man. Some Klopp out pickets. There will be for sure. Who that comes from first? I don't know. You have to get the roulette at the moment, isn't it? I say, but man, them all jokes aside, Liverpool looked good first half. That Saka goal before halftime killed you. We look good with no end product though.
But even on that Hazard, like if you even look at the goal in itself, bro, like it was someone even said it was so stupid what we were doing. Like, why the fuck were we in that position where we were able to then get countered just as halftime is approaching? That game management doesn't make any level of sense to me. I saw the whole move and I was like, why is everyone even all here? We've got really no one back, and the players we do have back are not quick enough to get back anyway, as we saw with the move. Yeah,
exactly, man, exactly. I don't think City smoke you at Anfield. I genuinely believe you bust case 2-1 Liverpool. You're really just having us on right now. LFC Aaron, big up LFC, saying the sad thing is I welcome Curtis Jones back to help our midfield. He's an actual option. I know G said it tongue in cheek. When you think about what he can offer, if you just let him express himself, he's probably out of our midfield. He's probably the most dynamic and a maverick in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's actually going to really create in that final third out of our midfielders?
Fact. No, that's true. That's true.
So I mean, it's a bit. Aaron Talvari, big up. Aaron saying tactics can't cover for trash personnel. It's true, very true. John then saying, what the hell does Cavalier have to do to start a game?
I don't even know.
Well, he's not. Like, sorry, people want to go and talk about, you know what, the bread is young, he's not ready and stuff. Unfortunately, you've come to a team now, you've got to do the goods. So he's got to deliver now. Now that Diaz is out, you better deliver, because if you don't deliver, I'm going to say to you, you're not good enough. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, isn't it? We can't go and sit back. Do you know what I mean? He's going to get a run in the game, in the team, hopefully. So it's time to shine now, isn't it? Elron saying, again, Nunez is a quality striker for the future, but the midfield is letting him and Salah down. I think Salah's letting himself down because Salah's not a striker. He's playing out wide and he's getting the ball a lot. He's getting the ball a lot to feet. He's just not doing anything with it, in my opinion. I don't know what you think about that, G, but...
Yeah, no, Nunez is a quality striker for the future. I'll still remains to be seen on that one, but I agree the midfield is letting him down anyway. And Salah himself, bro. Like, and anyone who doesn't know, but Salah's my guy. Like, he's fully my guy. I'll back that guy to the tilt. But what we're seeing from this player right now is you're just now becoming a little bit. You're just ruining the legacy. You're just ruining the legacy effectively, like, because it's going on for too long now. Yeah, I would have allowed you if it just ended at the season, and then we started this season with a bit more smoke, a bit more this, that, and the everything. But we're not even doing that at this current moment in time, bro. And it's getting harder for me to back you. Like, I'm losing battles because you're just moving just a bit too stinky, and it's starting to really piss me off because I'm just like, bro, I backed you to the tilt when everyone was doing the whole Mane and Salah thing. Like, I was like, no, keep Salah. Like, he'll come good. He'll do this. He'll do that. And you're not doing anything right about now. And as Jerry said, and I'll say this now, I even hate to admit this, as you even just said earlier on, we gave you all of this money, my bro. I need you. Even if we're doing shit, I don't even mind. If you be bagging your 10 goals and you look effective and they calm. I'll say calm, because no one can chat shit to you then after that. No one can come to me and say, oh, but no, it doesn't matter. He's doing what he needs to do. No problem. Like, if he was moving like Nunez and Nunez had the goals of Salah, boy, then I'm looking at Nunez saying, then Nunez is the guy. Simple as. But you're not even doing that, bro. Like, you're killing, man, every game. Yeah,
it's mad. And we're looking at it, and Nunez, it's mad. You're saying that. When you actually look at it, Nunez is actually looking more effective than Salah at the moment.
He is. And again, I hate to admit it because I don't like the guy like that, but he's really looking more effective. And I'm looking at it thinking, all he's doing is just like Salah. All I'm asking, just make a run. Like, I don't know, like, make a run, or like bring the defender inside a bit more so that maybe there is more space, because really there's no space on that wing. Like, there's none. You, Harvey Elliott, and Trent are literally playing in the most tightest of spaces, bro. Bring the guy in so that Trent and Harvey
they're not like an Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, where they can just pop it about in that triangle.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not like that, innit? We're not like that. So we're just getting up in each other's way, man. It's just mad. Big up SA saying Thiago is amazing for us, but he's an optional luxury player that we should play when we can, and that's it. We are asking too much of him because the team is declining. Yep, and he's declining alongside it with us, because you're seeing now he's the best defender, but yesterday he couldn't even get to the ball, couldn't get out wide. He struggled. He struggled a lot. As I say, Liverpool and Klopp don't deserve a midfielder like Thiago. You deserve a John McGinn. You just ruined techie midfielders. I think John McGinn, if we had John McGinn, I think he'd actually be more effective for us than Thiago, because we'd actually do our system. When you think about it, it's like, it's actually mad when you think about it. As I say, I see no hope. I think mentally the players are gone. No ambition because of him and the club. At this point, you have to sack the manager, because he can't get past his favoritism and stubbornness. You drag this club down. We had every player back for 2 weeks. I think Klopp lost the dressing room. They see no hope. Even buying in January won't fix it, because trophies won't be possible, and they know Klopp is why we got no midfielder.
Harsh
2 weeks with everyone is enough to know we aren't playing like we used to, and that's facts. And people talk about a break and giving these players a break because they had a lot of football. We had a lot of football, guys. We had a break. We had a lot of football, but we've had a break. We had a break. Yeah, I mean, with the whole Queen and stuff, we had a break. So yes, it's difficult. It's difficult, man. Let's run for some of these fresh comments before we head out as well. I know we're going to obviously do the preview, so we probably delve into more from a tactical perspective what we could do next, whether we carry on doing what we're going to do, discuss potential lineups. But in this one, there's actually no real need, because situations get more dire and dire. So at this point, it's like we're looking for basics now. Try it. Show me something different. Do you know what I mean? Energy. These are things that There's no point talking about it because tactically you didn't get outdone. We didn't get outdone to even talk about it. We're just not good. We're just not good at the moment. Aaron saying, is Klopp going to get a free season or is it going to be 2? It could be 2, you know. I wouldn't be surprised.
If the board are like the Liverpool fans that I see on social media and the ones who come on streams, like other streams, not like the ones that we're like the circles we're in, then yeah, he'll probably get like 2. But if their board have got some balls, then you know what? I'll give him until because I'm a lot more harsh than that. See me, once it gets to the World Cup and we're looking all techie and that, like I'm not even trying to
17th in the World Cup and that, like
I'm not trying to go a season just because he won us one flipping Premier League title. Like, fuck all of that, man. I ain't here for that. Excuse my language. I ain't here for none of that.
It's true, man. It's true. Bungani is saying, let's just start playing the youngsters and stop with the guys that are letting us down. Yeah, but then obviously the problem with that is obviously now we're sacrificing the season anyway. Do you get it? So it's like, what is it? Are we sacrificing? If we're sacrificing it, we know he's flopped then. We know everything's flopped. You know what I mean? We can't blame anyone else but him. Big up Hanny Salmon saying, will you guys be going on for Hassam's stream? I won't be, but I know G will be. So guys, please make sure to check out This Is Football. It should be an interesting one. Big up. If you've come from This Is Football as well, appreciate you tuning in, Hanny. Mr. Mohab, big up, saying he must build a new project on the young players. I mean, players aren't good enough apart from Bajcetic that I've seen.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, they're not good enough.
Bro, you guys are moving like we've got Saka, Martinelli, you know, all these men. Like, bro, we got.
I don't want to see Frauendorf. I don't want to see him anywhere near. He's dead. Like, all these players are dead. I mean, Doak, all these brothers, this is not good enough, man. They're just not good enough. They're not those guys. Do you know what I mean? Good luck for them in their future, but they're not up to the level of what we expect or what we need. And Dick are saying, come kick off on Sunday, we could be in a relegation scrap.
Does anyone know what the score was, by the way? Villa and Forest. Is it finished? Yeah, I'll check now. I'll check.
We're finishing now. Yeah. Mr. Maya, big up, saying we the chemistry between the players and the conference of the red shirt. That's it. Yeah. Noah, big up Noah, saying big up Jamie, my bro, but allow it, mate. It was a pen on Jesus. You can't kick a man in the book. Check the rules, mate. Who said it wasn't a pen?
I think they were talking in the group.
They were talking. Okay. Big up. Hanif saying G's plotting for the Klopp out brigade. You know what, G's got his best sheet, his biggest sheet that he's got for his king size bed, the oldest one he's got, but fresh. He's already pressing. He's gone to Sports Direct. Probably got a couple of links there from a couple of men that work there. He's got all the numbers and he's already starting to press it. You know, the K and the L's already there, innit? He's just waiting to add the OPP. The out's already printed on, man. The out's already printed on. It's just hangman at the moment.
All I'm saying is you guys just better hope that this guy turns it around, because if not, what Jerry just said, you'll start seeing me walking around just randomly every day with it on my back. Like, I'll have a t-shirt with it just to get him out of here quick.
Big up Rob, saying Madness is making the same mistake over and over and not doing anything about it. FSG and Klopp to blame at the mo. Yeah, it's a marriage made in heaven. It's everyone. It's a collaborative effort. When I talk about the reason why I'm saying, even entertaining the fact that, you know, Klopp's position is looking a bit untenable, is the fact that the owners aren't going to go. There's no point screaming and wailing about the owners.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Once you go through 1, 2, 3 owners and nothing's changing, like an Arsenal did, that's when you can start talking about the owners and trying to get them out. But at the moment, like, you can't. We can't complain about the owners. Do you get it? There's no reason to, like, in that regard. I mean, there is a reason to, but they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. So you don't know who else can do well within that type of system. So, yeah, man. John saying, in an ideal world, I'd have signed Rafinha for that right wing, but in an ideal world, yeah, man, that's what it is. Big up Darren O'Connor saying, same scenario happened in the Villa Forest game that Thiago did yesterday, and it's not given. It's about the pen. Okay, they're speaking about the pen. Big up Rob saying Klopp's tactics are plan A, then plan A with the different players, and then plan A with the subs. Probably for 5 years. Yeah, it's just stale now. It's just stale. But when you take off Salah and put Fabinho on, and move Henderson to right mid, you know it's a madness. It's a madness. Noah, big up Noah, man, saying, Jerry, question. Do you have a chance against City because they look leaky defensively? True to Villa and Newcastle, even with the cyborg. But guess what, though? Guess what? They were teams that actually set up defensively. Liverpool are never going to do that to even get a chance. Liverpool are never going to go and sit back and say, we're going to shut up shop, shift left to right, defend for our lives, and then catch you on the counter. We're going to try and press.
Never do that. I can't even imagine that. I couldn't even imagine.
If we did that, I think I'd have a tear in my eye. I'd be like, you know what, Benitez, he left some imprint in this team, you know. When shit's going, when shit hits the fan, we're still able to just defend properly. So, yeah, man. John saying, I hope Paqueta bags a brace at Anfield with Julian Ward watching. No, John, you can't get away with this because you were responsible for Paqueta joining also. You're saying Ward, I hope you're watching. You're actually mad. He's one of them people, yeah, that, you know, he's the one that got in trouble. He's trying to say, that weren't me, though. That weren't me. Man, you were involved, man. You were involved. Do you think Diaz's injury is career changing? G?
I've heard he's out until someone just sent it December. So what's that? The World Cup.
10 games.
So 10 games he's out for. Career changing, we won't know until he comes back. He's young enough. He's not like in Virgil's position where they're kind of already at the end, where they've, you know, they might not get back to the best. He might be able to get back. I think for us, we just need to be worried about the fact that he's out and we have literally no one really else to kind of replace him, man. That's what I'm looking at. But let's hope he comes back. Like, listen, right now I'm asking for Diaz because we need him. Like, we actually fully need this guy. As much as I have questions about him, I can never doubt his actual ability, and I still would always sit there and think, boy, I'd rather with him in the team than out of the team. So that's what you see.
Exactly. Guys, I think there's nothing, to be fair, more to speak about or mention when you look at it. I mean, we're not great. How the system changes, I think we're going to discuss it a bit more in depth. I think today we just needed to kind of vent and rant. Didn't really want to do it yesterday because like that would have just been reactionary. Like Sunday, it would have been mad. It would have been mad. I think we've done it in the right way. Before we head out, G, you want to let the people know of anything coming up or?
Yeah, just guys, catch me on This Is Football essay. I saw your comment. I'm literally working with Ash and stuff, just creating all the thumbnails that I'm trying to do whatever you see on Jerry's is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get it as good as that. So all the thumbnails, I'm even practicing in my spare time and all these overlays and all these kind of like little small details that you guys see on the show and stuff like that. Like here, I'm just like doing all of that. Hopefully by the ending of this week, it will be done and dusted. And then next week, I'm hopefully looking to drop, and then boom, we can go. And yeah, just like Jerry's, man, like there's no filter. There's no filter. So you guys come on, chat your shit. Let's do it. Like, honestly, man, like that's going to be the space for, I just want people to come in and chat your shit. That's it, man. That's all it's there for, man.
Yeah, man. This is, like I said, it's good. It's good. It's needed. So yeah, man. As you said, we might not even be getting G regularly. That's the thing. That's what's gonna happen. But you know,
no. I still need to. I need to stay here. I need to like. This is sorry, just to kind of go off on one. Like, you guys don't even realize like the work that, and he ain't gonna tell you, but I'll say it anyway. You guys don't even really understand some of the work that Jerry does, like behind the scenes, even for these tactic boards and stuff like that. Like, to go out your way, get these stats. The other day you put up the stats, and I was like, bro, where the hell did you even get this from? Like, I've been looking for stats all day, yeah, and I didn't find it. But somehow Jerry was able to get these stats. Why? Because we want to put on these tactic boards and stuff like that for you guys to be able to see that we're just not mainly me, Jerry, Romz on this channel here. We're not here to just drop you our opinion. We'll even if we are obviously dropping our opinion anyway, we're always going to back it up with the facts, the stats, the numbers, whatever it may be. But this is all for you guys. So Jerry did a call-in show the other day. If you guys want another call-in show, let Jerry know. Let's get them subscribers up. He's en route to 500. So let's get these subscribers up. let's get these likes up. I don't know how many likes you've got in today's thing. I can't remember what you said, but let's get these up every single.
43. We're on 43 at the moment.
43. So guys, guess what? By tomorrow morning, when I wake up to go to work, which is at 5 a.m. Yes, I know, at 5 a.m. I need to see that past 50. Do you get what I mean? These are the kind of things for the algorithm. This is the play the game kind of nonsense that, you know, we've got to do just for you guys. But the reality is we don't give a toss about that. What we care about is the content. And if you guys like the content, please smash those likes. Send it to your mum, your auntie, your work group, your football group, your friend group, the group that you've got too many gal in there, the group that whatever it may be, you send it into that group. And let's get this shit popping, man, because come this time next year, we want to be in a position where we can be feeding you guys better content, whatever that means, whatever it may be, and, you know, all that kind of good stuff, man. So stay tuned. Things are going to be popping very soon.
There we go, man. There we go. Couldn't have said it better, man. And guys, like I said, please check out G on TikTok. Make sure, look, G, is the YouTube channel up already?
Yeah, it's up already. It's slightly even up already. I just haven't got no videos or nothing in there.
Guys, everyone that's here, subscribe. GTV, isn't it? GTV, guys. Everyone is here. Please, just get over. Let's get. There's 22 people in the building. Please, 22 subscribers just off the bat. 23. Well, I'm already subscribed, but 23, including me. Before we head out, last question from Noah. For G, this is a question for you. Would you have started Fab in midfield for the midfield battle because Thiago and Hendo got eaten?
Yeah, Fab was in my predicted team before the game. I felt like Henderson, this wasn't a game for him. I felt like he would get overrun. And I thought, as much as Fabinho has been out of sorts this season and whatever, I just felt him and Thiago in the middle, that just would have been a lot more mobility more than anything. Like, forget like the performance, just the mobility in the middle of the park would have been good enough for us where we would have been able to potentially move forward with the team. But when you had Hendo in there, it just, he's industrial, but he's not even that effective anymore. So he was just kind of just everywhere, but not doing much. Guys, like, don't let that Rangers performance fool you. Like, that was not the performance that
we can't even look at that. It's another Bournemouth where it's an anomaly. It's looking like an anomaly. So we'll have to wait and see. We have to just wait and see. But guys, it's been the Jerry James show. It's been a different tactics board. You know what I mean? It's we've had to do it. It was necessary. It was a therapy session, as Hissam likes to say. Sorry for taking this plain term. And yeah, at the moment, it's just...
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
That's me at the end, by the way, where he does that. That's me. That's me.
That's everyone at the moment, man. But guys, as you said, it's been the Jerry James show. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and please click the notification bell, because tomorrow we will be dropping a preview. We'll try to do it quite early before the Champions League games. But we're going to try to do that for you. But please smash the like, subscribe. It's been the Jerry James show. I'm out. Boom.